JB Cycles here with another quick update on Friday, April the 4th. So I did not quite expect this drop here in the S&P, but I'm not totally surprised either. But yeah, we really crashed down here, and this is now a 2-week oscillation low. We could, of course, go a little bit deeper on Monday, but we should soon see some kind of a bounce here. But I'm not expecting a V-shaped recovery, V-shaped bottom here. So we need, after such a drop, we need some time to consolidate and make a bottom formation. But if we go back and see, my general expectation for this correction was something like this. But this first move went deeper than expected, and I thought that could have two implications or two interpretations. Either we took out the downside on this first move and we will get a bounce and some kind of a double low. That was my main scenario. Or it means that everything is more bearish than I thought, and we would get something like this, and that is what it ended up with. So more or less this should be a completed ABC correction, and when looking at my scenario from historical analogs, well, we have broken down deeper than this main scenario, but it's not totally unheard of. If we look at two of the analogs I used for this scenario, we see from 1998 here, we are following the 1998 scenario or analog very closely. These two analogs, they made a low around the point where we ended today and needed about a week to complete some kind of a bottom formation, and then we got a bigger bounce. And in general, that would be my expectation going forward. But I have to look at my scenario for the next weeks and months, because this has probably changed everything. You see, we have now pretty much taken out the downside that I was expecting sometime in May, June. We have already taken out that downside. And my cycle is, it is still going down into May sometime. So I have to analyze this in the weekend. What are the implications of this? Well, we could call it a crash. 10% in 2 days, that's a crash. So going to the hourly data, this move down here is deeper than this first A move down. And looking at the wavelets, well, I was a bit stupid yesterday, thinking it could be a low already yesterday. And looking at the wavelet, well, it could turn up on Monday, but I would prefer to wait, say, late Monday, expecting the bounce to begin around sometime Monday, maybe late Monday or early Tuesday. And but I had these scenarios from Dow Jones Industrial hourly data. I have analyzed 17 years of historical data, and I ended up with a couple of scenarios, but they all were incorrect, and I ended up with these two analogs, and they were suggesting a low today around the time, these would suggest the low is now at the close on Friday, but these analogs are more like a double low, and this is certainly not a double low. But then we have two other analogs that I didn't think we needed to look at those. It's the COVID crash, and it's the final leg down in the previous bear market. And both of these also made a low around the time where we are today on Friday. the COVID crash ended the correction a little bit earlier, and the bear market low in 2022 that one ended well on Monday, Tuesday. And you see both of these needed some time to make, call it the bottom formation. This red arc here is the 2-week oscillation. So you see we needed a 2-week oscillation to produce a higher low, and then we could rally at the COVID crash. And here at the bear market low it was a double low. So something like that would be my scenario going forward. I think we are very close to the correction low here on Friday or Monday. Then we need a 2-week oscillation to make a bottom formation, and then we can get a bigger bounce. And then the question is, what kind of a bounce will that be? And that I have to look at in the weekend. But yeah, we really took out this low, and yeah, I am quite bearish because of the 28-year cycle, 56-year cycle, the 3.5-year cycle, everything. But I've been quite bullish for the recent 2 years. It's hard to change your mindset into bear market rules and everything that goes on in bear markets. So I wasn't quite prepared for this kind of a drop here, so we have to see what to expect going forward. Yeah, I regret I didn't put up more bearish projections here, but that's not what I thought was the most likely outcome. But it is what it is. So see ya.